Hey, another day, another thought. Welcome on to another edition of the Double Thought Show. Hope everyone is doing great. As you guys know, I'm RJ here together with my co-host KR. What's up, man?
Hey, I'm feeling a bit bloated today, man. Can't say the other word, fruity, but otherwise they think I'm talking about Bud Light. But
All
I'm
right,
feeling
all right.
bloated.
You should have drank the beer last show. Hey guys, thanks to everyone that's checking out this show. If this is your first time watching, welcome to the Double Thought Show. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to like, comment, of course, comment. We'd like to know what you think about the things we talk about. Don't forget to share the video with your friends, your enemies, and of course, your family. Mess
Mm.
that one up. But also, guys, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. We see that a lot of you guys watch and rewatch the shows but are not subscribed. So do us a big favor and hit that subscribe button and, of course, the notification bell so you can stay up to date when we release new content. Before we proceed, the usual disclaimer. KR told me that I should stress this because based on the comments we've been getting on some of the shows, on some of the show topics, seems like people think they take things too hard, KR. So we need to remind everyone that we are only here to provide entertainment. Don't take us too seriously, guys. We just discuss business topics and legal topics. We don't give business advice nor legal advice, but we just talk about trending topics usually. And we add, of course, our sense of humor to the show. Please don't take it too seriously. If you want to know exactly what the disclaimer entails, it's down below in the show description. So feel free to read it. We have a very interesting couple of topics for you guys today. Three topics, actually. So sit back, relax, and enjoy today's show.
Yes, yes, Ashay. Thank you for the housekeeping. For those who didn't understand what he's trying to say, if you want to cry, go cry in your mama's lap. Let's continue. Today is a
Let's face it, if they took care of business, I'd be out of business. You know what I mean?
if they took care of business, we would be out of business. Wouldn't have nothing to talk about if everyone was taking care of the business correctly. Today we are going to be talking about a business topic, three business topics actually. We're gonna angle everything on the business side. We are going to be talking first about taking L's. LeBron, Lizzo, Lutweiser, or Budweiser, how you want to call it. LeBron, we're gonna talk about LeBron's latest school debacle. Well, it's not the latest. The school hasn't been performing as it's supposed to. Then we're gonna talk about the latest numbers of AB InBev, also known as Anheuser-Busch or Budweiser, or also Bud Light. That's been a topic we've been covering for a long time now. Try to keep, I mean, this is the summer of redemption, so we're going to keep do weekly updates. How is everything doing? And they released the numbers last week. Are
Numbers
they
don't
up?
lie, KR. That's what they say.
Well, numbers don't lie in this case. In this case, I think the CEO wished they
Yo,
would.
numbers don't lie. The CEO does.
We're gonna be
Allegedly.
talking about
Allegedly.
that. It's tough. It's tough out here. And of course, we're gonna talk about the last L of today, which is about being bloated. Oh no, being fruity. People forcing others to eat fruit while they don't do it themselves. We're gonna talk about Lizzo and the latest allegation, but we're gonna talk about the business aspect of this, the PR, the how she will have to handle this. Or is she can she handle it? Is it destroying her image she has created as a front runner of body positivity? And of course, when this continues, we will switch this and move the topic to the law aspect. But today we're going to talk about only the business because there's not much known about this case. RJ,
Yes.
do you have anything to add? Do you have any fruits you want to feed people?
No, man. I think it's so I think it's fruity enough. There's no way. I was thinking of a different way to something else to say, man. But I, it's it's just right there. I cannot. It was inevitable. I
You cannot
think
deny it, yeah.
it was inevitable. But no, man. I think we can just proceed.
Okay. Let's proceed. As we always say at the Double Touch Show.
Bora! Hora do show!
Yes, it's showtime, guys. Let's start with the show. The first topic, as I said, is going to be LeBron. In 2018, LeBron announced the great I Promise schools or school. It was thought to be a charter school, or so it was angled as. It was supposed to give, as they say on their own website, free tuition, free uniforms, free bicycle and helmets, free transportation within 2 miles, free breakfast, lunch, and snacks, a food pantry for families, GEDs and job place services for parents, and guaranteed tuition to University of Akron for every student that graduates and completes criteria. They started in 2018 with the help of LeBron James Family Foundation. And it was a cooperation between them and the Akron Public School. I promise. What did they promise? Well, we see the results 3 years later. They promised the kids wouldn't be able to count. I'm just
So are you saying three, or did you mean five?
well, the last 3 years. Let's
Oh,
put
the
it this
last
way.
3 years.
The last 3 years.
Okay.
And that to skip, let the play develop. They have to let the play develop. No, I'm just kidding, guys. So the latest was that LeBron James I Promise School delivers discouraging results. No eighth grade student has passed state math test in 3 years, which is quite shocking. The question is, on a business side, how can LeBron solve this problem? Because, of course, this is going to, I mean, he's involved with it. So, did he make the right choices? Did he put the correct people in the right places?
Yeah.
RJ.
Yeah. Well, I think that, of course, LeBron gets all the publicity, in this case, bad publicity, because it's his initiative. But it's logical that he's not the one in the schools. Now, I think LeBron will be able to turn it around, or at least make sure that it gets turned around, because if you look at his track record, he's been carrying low skilled people all his life to NBA finals.
Oh my God.
So
Yo, I thought you, first of all, I thought you froze. First, I was like, is it my system? Yeah.
let the play develop, Skip.
Yo, I was like, did my system froze?
I was he's been
Can you
he's,
repeat that again? Please repeat that.
he's been carrying low skilled people across the finish line getting NBA championship trophies all his life.
Mm.
Aside from the Miami Heat era, of course, when he was with Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and he just had a very good. They had a very good supporting
He
cast as
used a
well.
great battery to jumpstart his winning career.
Yeah, but he won at in Cleveland. I think he did win with Kyrie Irving, if I'm not mistaken, and he won with.
White Mamba as well, right?
He didn't win with Black Mamba. He was there after.
No, White Mamba, not Black Mamba, man. He didn't even play with Black Mamba.
White Mamba. And, White Mamba. Did he play with White Mamba? I don't think he did.
I think he did, right? Or not?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe he did. But the point is, and if you look at his track record, what he does is, I mean, a lot of things get accredited to him, but we talked about it in a previous show when we discussed Rich Paul. Rich Paul was just one of his, like they know each other, I think, since LeBron was 18 or something. And what he has Maverick Card as well. He has just a team of people who can take over certain responsibilities and make it work. So I think that in the case of the school, probably, I mean, it's not him. He can't be there all the time. So it's probably the teachers, the curriculum, something needs to change, but it has more to do with the people and the system, I suspect, than anything else. That's what I believe. Because the initiative in itself is good. But, you need to get results as well, because if children can go to school and they cannot qualify to any, like they're limited in their qualification post high school, then, or is it high school? I think it's even primary school, right? Maybe it's both. But if the children cannot grow afterwards, then then it becomes a problem it can become a problem for the kids.
Yes, it's definitely going to be a problem because these are eighth graders, so they are supposed to be able to count. They should be able to count till a billion. The network of LeBron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in my bank account. Hey, in my bank account. Anyway, guys, this is tough. I mean, he will have to hire, of course, the right people, and fire the people who are not producing. At the end of the day, it's his image that's being tarnished this way. I mean, they will always say the guy can't even make a team together to make sure the people who are in his school can graduate and have a future. Let's see how this will develop. I assume that they will make some changes.
Yeah.
And I mean, it took them 3 years to realize this. I mean, this should have been an alarm already in the second year.
I think that you do need time to create data. So I mean, you do need to. I mean, 3 years is 1 year can be indicative of you're just things are starting or whatever. 3 years, that's a pattern, but
Yeah.
you do need more. You need more time to get a pattern. But I do have to say this though, because although it's I mean, LeBron James, he gets a lot of love. He also gets a lot of hate. But I mean, again, if he's probably putting the money down completely or partially, and he's enabling this school, and he's creating these opportunities. I mean, he's doing a lot already, So I do think that it has more to do with the supporting cast, or the people who run the school, people who are in charge. Those are the ones that should be held accountable. Because, I mean, if I have money and I try to give, I try
Come
to
on.
give,
Don't give him the pass, though.
it's not giving the pass. But why? What I'm saying is, he has money. He puts money in a school,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Who runs the school? Is he the principal? No. Is he the teacher? No.
He's the one who's paying, so he makes sure the ones who's running it is competent, is has the skills to do it correctly.
Yeah, he does.
It's just like if I would invest in a company, and I know I just put the money up and just don't look back at who's the CEO. Might as well call it a tax write-off.
But let's say you put money in a company, you
Mhm.
you get a CEO that has a proven track record,
Yes.
and the first year you don't get it's not profitable. He tells you, yeah, we're a startup, etc. In the second year, also it doesn't. In the
Should
third
be
year,
improvement. There should be improvement year by year, RJ. You
yeah, but
cannot.
we don't. Yeah, but we only so we don't know that. We know how the math. We know how the math, especially the math results are. We don't know how the other aspects are, or do we? So
They've been failing in math.
yeah, exactly. The math. Listen, I'm not. Math is a very math is a fundamental subject. It's not like
Yes. It is.
arts.
Yeah.
However, I'm saying the math is a problem. They don't say anything about the other areas. So I don't know because maybe it's the maybe it's the math teachers that gotta go. Because if they're
Yes. Yes.
you understand, maybe the history is good, all the other subjects are good, but math isn't. Then you know that it's the math teacher. But at this point, that's what I'm saying. The way that they present it is like the the children are failing completely. But maybe all these people can go into the liberal arts and other things non math related.
And rake up a bunch of that, and after 10 years they're gonna cry for
That's something
cry to
else.
the president to give him free pass
Yeah.
because they cannot make enough.
Yeah. All I'm saying is, Care, I'm not saying that LeBron shouldn't be, uh, let's say, responsible, etc., etc. But what I'm saying is, this has more to. I mean, if you invest in Adidas and then Kanye did what he did, will you? I mean, there are certain things that you need to deal with after it happens, and now it's happening. So now he needs to deal with it. So let's see now, especially with the national eye, so all eyes on the school. Let's see how he will pick it up. Maybe he'll move the school to South Beach.
Probably will have to. It says they said the following relating to the. I'm gonna close it after this. This is what they say in the article. It's discouraging, he said, of the eighth graders' result. According to the journal, Lighty Clifford displayed data which showed both progression and regression in the Akron school. At the Akron school, students proficient in reading had more than doubled, so that's okay, from 6 to 13%, with regard to those moving from the fourth to the fifth grade, according to the journal report. Although those in the 2022 sixth grade class had just 2% proficiency compared to a 7% rate during the fifth grade education. So they are improving on other sides, but maybe the whole environment is not
Maybe,
conducive to improvement. But
yeah.
let's see how this develops. Wishing LeBron all the best or luck. Which one? Because luck he will need. Let's continue with this next subject. Let's see. Let's see. It's a reoccurring subject. We have actually a playlist. It's the I need to zoom in the other one. It's the Bud Light subject. It's been the summer of redemption for Bud Light. We started covering Bud Light right before the summer. when basically they announced they are going to put a lot of money up to basically battle and make a comeback in the US market. A battle it has been, a tough battle, because as we covered it last week, the CEO of AB InBev said the sales are not hurting the parent company as much. It was only 1% of their whole revenue or volume. This week or last week, in this case, they basically released their quarterly numbers. And we could see what has really happened. RJ, how much do you think? So obviously the sales have dropped. They are putting up, they are selling the 30 pack for $8 and giving you $20 rebate. So you're basically making money by drinking Budweiser by this time.
It's an investment.
It's an investment at this point. Uh how much do you think this mistake? Because he said it was only one beer can, it was only one influencer, and it was only one post. Those are his own words. I'm not putting no one's name words in no one's mouth. How much do you think it has cost them? This this one mistake.
I would say, it's a good question. So you're asking me in percentages, or in
In
dollar?
numbers. You can do it in numbers, you can do it in percentages. I mean, we've been talking about the sales drop. They've been
Yeah,
gradually dropping the last few weeks. So
I think.
you
Yeah,
might remember those, but
yeah.
if you have numbers just in millions, how much that how much did they lose in the second quarter of 2023?
So maybe 300 million, 300 million.
Oh, you're pretty close. You're pretty close. It was revealed that the Budweiser US branch has lost a total of $390 million in the second quarter, as sales to retail plunged by 14% in the wake of the partnership, or the, I wouldn't say partnership, the one post, the attempt of a partnership, it seems like at this point, because they are distancing themselves quite far from this whole thing at this moment, as you can expect. 390 million.
300. That's almost 400 million.
It's a very costly mistake.
That's a costly, very costly tweet.
Or TikTok. I don't know. I
Uh,
think it was a TikTok post.
yeah,
It's a
the costly
costly
post.
post. It's a costly post. The figures show that the US revenue has declined by 10.5% in total.
Wow. That's for the quarter, or
Quarter, the second quarter, from
okay,
April to June.
okay.
So the it seems like it's been a tough road.
Yes. Well, we talked about how the company had fired many people, they closed certain factories, etc. Which is why the CEO could also say, yeah, we didn't suffer that much, because when they saw that the sales were dropping, they had to, as you mentioned, they had to cut the a portion of the fixed expenses. So people, you need to go, and they probably called Hollywood. They said, hey, I heard that you guys are dealing with people striking. Hollywood said, yeah, that's right. We can't make any movies, man. The writers and the actors are striking. Okay, okay. Question. I also heard that you guys are investing in heavily in AI jobs to replace employees. We never said it was to replace employees. Okay, well, let's keep it that way. Question. How can we get in? Let's split the costs and make some machines that can replace the people because they ain't coming back.
They ain't coming back. I mean, they have laid off a couple of people, but if you look at the the grand scheme of things, I think the CEO. So I'm talking about the CEO of Anheuser-Busch InBev. So that's the parent company. I think he's right about what he said. He said it's only 1%. If you look at the second quarter numbers of the parent company, it seems like it's all good. It says world's largest brewer and owner of brands including Bud Light, Budweiser, Michelob Ultra, and Stella's Artios. Their second quarter revenue is up by 7.2% to 15.12 billion, and the net income is down by 1.1% to 1.45 billion compared to the same year ago period. So year over year, basically.
So let me. Okay.
Oh, you want to see?
Yeah.
So last year around this time, around the same period, they have actually, so the parent company sold more beers than last year around between April and June, and basically the income is down by 1%. This probably has to do with pricing, but or whatever cost they might have occurred during that time. But so and overall they are making more money, but specifically in the region of US, as I said before, the numbers are down by 10.5%, and it's stabilizing. And also, don't forget, they have announced that they are laying off less than 2% last week. So they are still laying people off, that trying to cut that fixed cost. Trying to
Because
cut fixed
you
cost.
use the keyword KR. You said it's stabilizing. You didn't say it's stabilized. So
Well, it's still going down. The question is how long they will how long they will I would say how long will it take to actually make it stable?
well, is it too big to
What do you think
fill?
about it? I
Is it
think
too
they are
big to
probably
fill?
too big to fill at this moment. I
Yeah.
think I think
So
they are. If you look at I mean it only dropped 10%. So they are still selling. It only dropped 10%, which is 400 million. So just imagine the 90% still being sold. So
yeah, which
eh, it's it's
is
it's it's big numbers, but I'm curious how they're gonna solve this. I mean, they are still doing triple the amount of TV ads during the summer, as they announced. That's why we named the playlist the Summer of Redemption, because they said they're going to do many more ads,
ads, campaigns.
training, giving away money. I'm trying to get in on some of that money, but I don't know how to get in. They were giving away 10,000 a week.
You should buy a stake, man. You should buy a stake in the company. That's what you said. You had the what's it called?
We
The
don't give advice. We don't give.
No,
We
no. I'm not saying advice. I'm saying KR. You.
me.
Yeah, I'm telling
I,
you.
I
You.
don't talk
This is
about my portfolio
listen,
on the. If you guys
listen.
don't know my portfolio, send
KR.
us a DM. I'm gonna send you a invoice because I don't give free advice anymore. That time is over.
Yeah. So KR.
Tell me.
It's another investment that you think I'm talking about. When I say buy a stake, I mean what you were talking about at the beginning of this segment. You just
What-
put $8 down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's tough out here, man. Trying to get the stake. Yeah, you might be right. Maybe I should invest in some residual income by drinking beer
You get it, and then you get a $20 rebate. I mean,
and use the money to buy stocks.
this is what I'm telling you, KR. This is not what I'm telling. This is not
Yeah,
advice. This is what I'm
it's advice
suggesting
to
to
me.
you.
So
And,
you
no, and
want
no, so
me
it's not advice. It's a suggestion.
suggestion? Okay, okay. Now
Like a like
I gotta
a
think about it. I gotta sleep about that one. Can't show up to the show all drunk and fruity. Anyway, guys, let's see how this pans out. The
yes.
decline is still going on. I mean, 10%, that's a lot. Um, what they have said is basically the Wall Street Journal reported that the ads of Bud Light have appeared a total of 3,400 times on television between June 1st and July the 30th. During the same period last year, Bud Light ran just 32 times ads, only 32 times on national TV during the same period. So they increased it by almost a bit more than 100 times more. So they are really trying to get the name out there, trying to stabilize that decline
That
because
decline.
otherwise it's gonna go through hell.
Yeah.
Maybe they should buy up some other brands.
They're probably thinking about it. KR, it's interesting to me when you understand how these bigger companies work. When they see negative, people think that when a company is, let's say, the financial numbers are down, that the company is doomed. But I mean, what I've seen companies do, the aggressiveness to which in which they move to save their bottom line. I mean, loyalty 20 something year loyalty will be congratulated with a early dismissal without a pension.
Oh my God, guys! Did you see that one? That one was crazy. I think it's the Yellow, right? The Yellow company is called Yellow. It's a
Yeah.
transportation company where basically people work. Yeah, you're right, RJ. That was. I could feel the hurt through
Yeah.
the video. The guy has worked, I think, 30 years or something like that, and they were standing there, and they announced that the company was bankrupt and that the pensions went down with it.
Yeah.
And that's not a laughing matter, dude.
No,
That
it's
would
not
get
at all.
people deleted.
Of course, because it just shakes your whole world up.
Imagine you're
Yeah.
60. You
Yeah.
think you're going on retirement in 2 years or 5 years or whatever kind of years. And then they tell you you've worked and saved all those years and they blew through your money. Oh my God. Guys, let us know in the comments what you think about that situation. It's I mean, Bud Light is still in a good situation, so it's not going to be that bad. But man, oh man, it's stuff out here. Stuff out here. Guys, always stay vigilant. Don't put your hopes on certain companies. Try to keep an eye out the development of the company and move accordingly because you don't want to be surprised.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything you want to add on this topic, RJ?
No, okay, I think we discussed the essence. We'll just keep an eye out on the developments. As you guys know, those of you who watch us religiously, you know that we've been covering this topic for a while now, and it's a very interesting topic. Of course, a lot of people follow the story because of the uh what's it? So yeah, I'm lost for words, but it's when they follow for the sensation, right? For the wow, the shock effect. But there are a lot of lessons that can be learned just by following a story like this. And at the end of the day, as you said, KR, as we always say here on the channel, you are responsible for your own life. So it's good you have a job, but always remember that you are replaceable. Even a CEO is replaceable. So you are important. You need to work hard, but also stay vigilant. Make sure you have your a reserve somewhere and move smart, move for yourself. You can never prevent negative consequences, but you can prepare yourself as best as possible for when something happens. Although it can be not favorable, you would still have the um, let's say a cushion that can help soften the fall.
Yes, even CEOs are replaceable. Yes, they are. Definitely if they are the one in the vessel. Guys, before we continue with the show, if you wouldn't mind, hit that like button down below. It's down there. Yes, yes. Don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps us get our video out there as we are trying to spread the word.
Yes, yes, the gospel.
We are trying to spread the word, the gospel, as we are trying to reach more people. And you can help us with that. Don't forget to follow us on all socials, Instagram, Facebook at The Double Thought Show. And if this is your first time watching our live, or let's call it the big show, the podcast, don't forget to subscribe. Also, for the ones who have been watching us continuously, because we see 95% of you guys are subscribed, well, aren't subscribed, but are still watching. So please press on that subscribe button. And don't forget to press as well on the notification bell so you're up to date on the latest topics and the latest clips we release. As we're trying to reach a goal, RJ.
Yes, guys, we are currently moving. We've chopped off the goals because, of course, you have big goals. But we've chopped it up, small goals, attainable goals. We want to reach 20 new subs this week. Last week went pretty well. Okay, we have 292
Oh,
subs at this particular point. So it's a small win, but as we always say, by subscribing to the channel, you show your support, but you also help us and the channel grow, reach the necessary goals and targets in order to improve quality and improve the quality of production, invest, build a bigger team so we can grow because we have a lot of ideas, as we always say, but we don't want to give too much away. But by subscribing, especially if you're an early subscriber, early adopter, you and not only subscribing but also commenting and engaging with us, you can actually influence the direction of this channel. You can give us, topics that you want us to cover, or maybe you'll say, hey guys, you missed a couple of things, but it helps us. It makes, they say, iron sharpens iron. So it only makes the quality better. It starts with you subscribing. So if you haven't done so already, especially if you've watched a couple of our shows, commented and liked, but you haven't subscribed, please do us a big favor and subscribe to this channel.
Yes, yes. Even if you don't like us, subscribe so you can hate every week on how mediocre we are. But don't forget, someone started calling themselves mediocre tutorials, and look how big they are now.
Yes, yes, yes. Mediocrely big.
Yeah. Shout out to MTR. Wait. Yeah,
Yeah.
anyway, shout out to him. Shout out to him. Guys, as we always say at the Double Talk Show, don't forget to share our video with your friends, family, the CEO of your company, your great friend, the friend that's living in your backyard, in the guest house, so you can distract him and avoid him coming to your house when you're not there, and let's call it dancing with your wife. We've been criticized for laughing at that show and that topic. So I thought, let me add this to this one.
Yeah,
We're
guys.
talking, of course, about the Kevin Costner. Guys, go take a look at the Kevin Costner clips. You can search them up and you can see what we are talking about.
Yeah.
Don't trust a family friend living in your backyard because they might be fondling on your wife.
Yes, yes, yes. And yeah, some people, KR, they comment without watching the videos, man.
Ah,
They start attacking, and I'm like, I think to myself, dude, did you watch the video? Because it doesn't
yeah.
seem, I mean,
What-
but anyways, man,
I, guys,
it
one
is
thing
what it
to
is.
realize, we make content, and one thing we're just 1 year old. We're not that long in the game. But one thing you realize, you think people watch clips like you do. Usually, when I watch a clip, I watch it fully. But there is a big number of people who actually they don't watch anything.
They
They just
react to the,
open the clip and just react.
I think sometimes they react to the thumbnail, man, and the caption.
Well, let's call it. Someone is creating enough thumbnails for someone to react. So that's a good thing. But
That's a, yeah, yeah.
yeah, but guys,
Maybe
please
we
watch
should
the
put
clips.
maybe we should put more, what are they called, KR? The just the messages you can post on YouTube. Maybe we should do more of those.
Well, like we highlight some of the messages.
No, like so you let me see what's it called. There's a name for it in the community. So on the community tab of our channel, we can put a message and thumbnails and things.
Mm.
So that's what I mean to say. Just and you can also put it as a thumbnail, or put something that if they're gonna react to the thumbnail anyway. Anytime you get an idea or I get an idea, we should create a thumbnail. Oh, so it's for ideas that do not have a video. We can just put it on the thumbnail. Because people are gonna if people are gonna react to it anyways.
Yeah, let's see how that's gonna go. But guys, let's bring it back to the show. We are going to discuss the headline. Another L. We've had LeBron, Lutweiser, and now we are at Lizzo. Lizzo has been sued, or at least Lizzo is, yeah, she's been
Accused.
sued.
She's been
What?
sued as accused.
Accused. Well,
She's been
let's
sued.
call it alleged accusations. Lizzo has been sued by ex-dancers who claim they were harassed and forced to perform something with a banana in a club. They were forced to eat fruits. This is the anyway. Someone forced them to eat fruits while they don't eat fruits themselves. This is a torturous. They are torturing. This is how crazy this story is. What are we doing out here? What are we doing out here, Lizzo? If this is true, is Lizzo the most inconsistent person out there? Imagine, RG, if someone you're but guys, just so you guys imagine, right? Dancers are not the most, they don't earn anything actually. The most dancers are
Broke five, broke. We ain't got it.
they ain't got, they can never say
They didn't. They need to say donations.
Donations. Donations.
in general, dancers are dime a dozen and they get paid very bad. The only thing they have is great stories about tours they've had, and some of them hit big. Of course, there are always outliers, but in general, the career of a dancer is one of passion. You don't do it for the money. You like dancing and you enjoy. And
But that's not true though. Not always.
what?
That you do it for passion. You don't do it for the money. Some people do it because college ain't free, so they have to do it for the money.
Come on, man. There are better ways to make money. There are better ways to make money than to dancing. Anyway, guys, so it's actually crazy if you think about it. And I think I'm not gonna show the clip, but Abba and Preach discussed how, because Abba used to, no, not Abba, Preach is a former dancer, and they have a lot of affiliation with the dancing scene. And they were talking actually about the whole money aspect of being a dancer, and that it's very hard for people to find jobs. And of course, this is even worse because these are dancers that are not within the, let's call it, the traditional body size. All Lizzo's dancers are Lizzo-like. Can I use
Beautiful.
the word?
Beautiful.
Beautiful, yes. Beautiful, voluptuous. I think it's a great word, right? And it sounds sophisticated, but it's not a word for
It's like the sound you make when you're eating spaghetti. Voluptuous.
too much spaghetti. Anyway, so these people have been struggling financially, and now, of course, you when you're in the job, you're trying to keep the job because you're already not earning that much. It's the only job you have, and now they got fired, and then they're like, "What the heck? I'm not gonna take this to my grave. She had me out here eating fruits out of a peace leaf because according to the whole story, they were in Amsterdam, RJ. They were in Amsterdam red light district.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Oh my.
That's what.
And basically, They went to this bar. It's called Banana Bar, Banana Club, I think. Banana Club. And one of the parts of the Banana Club is that the performer inserts a banana into the peace leaf, and one of the people who are watching this show is going to eat it. So this also happened here. And then, according to the lawsuit, I wasn't there, guys, so I cannot retell the story. According to the lawsuit, they were forced or encouraged, extremely encouraged by the superstar Lizzo to eat the banana. Is that a way of body shaming?
How
You don't
so?
eat your banana today. You weren't being healthy. Is that
Listen,
what they mean with body shaming, or was it going even worse? I'm not sure. But she forced the artist or the dancer. Sorry, she forced the dancers to eat a banana. Drop a size. Eat healthy. RJ.
did she? Because I mean, KR. Last week we talked about Andrew Tate and everything that's going on, or not everything that's going on. More specifically, the videos
The
and
leaks.
messages that leaked about him talking to other people of the war room, saying how he made someone who was relatively innocent, a woman that was relatively innocent, who had no intentions of webcamming, to webcam, how he convinced them, what tactics he used, etc. And we had a discussion that was a very interesting show, guys. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. But in that show, I talked about the distinction between illegal and immoral. Something can be illegal, something can be immoral. It can be both as well. However, as it relates to this case, there's a thumbnail, guys. It's episode number 70
75.
75. Go check it out. However, what I talked about, and it ties into what we're talking about now, what I talked about was that although the comments and the videos were, it clearly showed a level of immorality, in my opinion, the way he basically, if the messages are true, manipulated uh, a woman to do something to do something that she initially didn't want to do. I do not know how strong the case is if it actually goes to trial, because something can be immoral but not illegal. I also gave the example of the of guys, go check it out. It's a good show.
Yeah.
In this case, what Tate said from his mouth was that he's not being charged for forcing anyone physically. They're saying he used the lover boy method.
Oh my God.
The question here is, did Lizzo use the lover boy girl method, or did she grab them by the head and force them, as the dancers are saying? And that's going to be a very difficult thing to prove. I mean, we will keep an eye out on the developments of this case, but there is a difference, because if what's the difference between convincing you to do something and manipulating you to do something, it's the line isn't that clear. But nonetheless, this can have negative consequences for Lizzo because Lizzo can be found guilty by the court of public opinion. KR.
Yes, and that has been the case already. Basically, what happens is now, if you guys don't know, let me see if I can find a picture of Lizzo. Lovely Lizzo. Lizzo has been criticized by everyone because of her size. People have been called bullies during that time for pointing out her flaws, her eating diet, or whatever. It's results in her being overweight or oversized, how you want to call it.
Yeah.
Or is it fat? I don't know. At this
Yeah,
point, I don't know
we
what
saw
to call it.
we saw a video where they said in which they said that you can use fat, but you can't use obese.
Obese. Oh yeah,
That
that's
was,
obese.
but obese is a medical. I mean, it's a medical.
It is what it is,
But
right?
one thing just to add on what you said, KR, with flaws. So there was, so to be more specific, a lot of discussion, a lot of arguments on the website has been conducted and is still being conducted about Lizzo's weight, because some people are saying that she is ugly or that she's overweight, and other people are saying, yeah, you're body shaming. She's beautiful the way she is. So it's, I mean, I mean, those are discussions that I think it's for PR purposes, but a lot of people did and do defend Lizzo for the fact that she is not ashamed of her size. That she goes out and she talks very proudly about her size and the fact that she's beautiful and things of that nature. So, but now you hear something that can even get I mean, the people who were against her will remain against her.
Oh, they'll say, you see, we were right. She is ugly person, not only outside but also inside.
Inside, yeah. And other people will say, yeah, no, the question is, how will her fans react, actually?
The body test positivity fans, because I think this is that's her brand. Body positivity, love who you are, doesn't matter how you look. Walk with a tongue to a basketball game and drop it low so everyone can see. That's what she stands for. All this time, body positive. But now it seems like she's the one bullying. She's the one who's trying to shame others. And also, not only that, forcing them to perform edgy acts. Let's
Yeah.
call it that way. Is she the toxic one, actually? Or even is she the ultimate toxic person in this case? It seems like everyone is piling on as well. Because there was, first of all, what you usually see, RJ, is that when someone, no one is saying anything, and suddenly when someone speaks out or gets sued, 1,000 people come out of the woodworks. This is also here in this case. Stuff that happened in 2019, no one talked about it, and suddenly now she's getting sued and everyone has an opinion on it. It also happened here. Lizzo claims worsen as Oscar nominee Sophia Nali Allison labels singer as a narcissistic bully who has built a brand of lies as she doubles down on Star's toxic behavior.
Heavy
Is,
words.
Again,
Heavy words.
heavy words. Yes, yes, yes. How heavy? We will see. Let's put it on a scale. Let's put it on a scale. At the Double Thought Show, we always put things on the scale to see. I couldn't stay. I couldn't stay in character. I'm sorry. Let's see, because I mean those are big allegations. Let's see what she has to say about that. I usually do not comment on anything pop culture related. But in 2019, I traveled a bit with Lizzo to be the director of her documentary. I walked away after 2 weeks, just 2 weeks. I was treated with such disrespect by her. I witnessed how arrogant, self centered, and unkind she is. Actually, RJ, that's the opposite of what she's trying to. That's opposite of her image outside
I
towards the
don't.
media.
I don't know if that's the opposite of her image. To be honest, KR, I don't know if that's the opposite of her image. I've never seen her in an interview. I don't know what her image is. I do. I have listened to her songs. So, but because I mean her songs are popular, right? So people
Mhm.
sing it. But I don't have the image that I have of Lizzo is that she is feisty, is that she doesn't care about anyone else, that she does what she wants to do. So to be honest, I wasn't under the impression. I never had the impression personally that she was a soft-spoken person, a humble person. It was more of this is who I am. I am who I am. So
So you're telling me to you she seemed self-centered off the top. You didn't expect anything else from this.
I don't know if it's self-centered, but more uh,
Arrogant.
arrogant. Yeah, that
Well,
she's
people
arrogant. Yeah.
people point out arrogance towards if you have a bit more self-esteem than them, they will say you're arrogant a lot of times.
So there are some people that if they tell you, there are certain people that if they tell you there are certain people who have a certain level of arrogance. So when someone tells you something about them being arrogant in one way, shape, or form, then you tend to believe it. Doesn't mean that it's true or not, but you
Yeah,
tend to believe it.
I don't
Uh,
believe.
but I had someone I really like, a personality that I really like. I really like her songs as well. Is and her story is Jennifer Hudson, singer. I mean, with the voice of an angel, but you can see that she's very strict in what she wants, etc. So as far as I'm aware of, there hasn't been any claims about her being uh, acting bad towards people.
Mm.
But just because her style is like that, if someone tells you, "Hey, she did something," that borders on the line of arrogance, you might believe it. Just like if there is, if I mean, if you're, I mean, why did I make that example? I can make a far easier example. If you are a rapper rapping about Molly, then if a woman comes and claims that
Oh, you,
drugged her,
you you put drinks, you something in the drinks.
so then if
You did a Bill Cosby.
yeah, yeah. So that's so more like that. So I didn't know. I never thought that Lizzo. I never heard anything like this before. But when I heard it, I wasn't shocked. I was shocked, for example, when the stories came out about Ellen, who had the Ellen show. That she doesn't have the show anymore. She had the final season like last year, a couple of years ago. But apparently, she was, according to to news articles, she was also a very
Talk.
mean, yeah, toxic, mean. But that's something that I never would have expected because I knew her personality from TV. But in Lizzo, to me, for some reason, I did see her as someone that might be able to do it. Not to that extent, not to for
Okay, let's continue. Let's see. Let's see what else The director has to say, I was not protected and was thrown into a ashy situation with little support. My spirit said to run as fast as I effing can. I'm so grateful I trusted my gut. Guys, gut feeling might help you. I felt gaslit and was deeply hurt. But I've healed. Reading these reports made me realize how dangerous of a situation it was. This kind of abuse of power happens far too often. Far too often with who? Who is abusing? Much love and support to the dancers. She also said after, to be clear, since I've spoken out, I've had others privately share their very similar experiences. And I've also been affirmed by people who witnessed what I went through. Lizzo creates an extremely toxic and hostile working environment and undermines the work, labor, and authority of other black and brown woman X in the process.
A what?
Woman
Bless
X. I don't know. Woman X or woman X. I don't
Did
know.
you s-
Woman X.
Where is that? Where is that written?
Let me zoom in a little bit. It's in the middle, so you guys can see. Woman X. I think it's pronounced woman X. So
Uh,
womsks.
okay, so this is KR. You know that as a lawyer, I have like my eyes. I am like trained to look for
Floss.
flaws. This whole woman X, that also tells you what type of person that she is and what she believes in. But let's see what hypocrisy is.
Hypocrisy is when he leaves the chat and disappears.
Yeah.
Like a
That's what
he's
we
back,
call
guys. He's
that's what
back.
that's what we call a cliffhanger. I need to
He's
re
disappeared.
I need to
Voila, hypocrisy.
I need to reset my stream deck apparently. But listen, let's
You got you press. Did you press the wrong button?
no, I pressed the right button, I think. Oh
Okay.
yeah, no, I pressed the wrong one, I think. I'm gonna test it out again. So let it be.
Don't test it out right now.
Oh yeah, I know what I did. Yeah, okay. So here's the flaw here. If you look at uh, the paragraph in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
which you're highlighting, Lizzo creates an extremely toxic and hostile work environment and undermines the work, labor, and authority for other black and brown women X in the process. Okay? That's clearly someone that hates men. Okay, notice how the documentary ending up being directly by a cis white man. Definitely someone that hates men. Okay, now for the hypocrisy. Let's go to the next paragraph, KR.
Oh, you're skipping the row. You're
Let's
skipping.
go to the next paragraph, KR.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna read it, okay? She is narcissistically bully and has built her brand off of lies. I was excited to support and protect a black woman. Where's the X, KR? Are black women not X worthy? Through the documentary process, but quickly learned her image and message was curated facade. So here you have two toxic people talking about, or at least a toxic person talking about another toxic person.
No. It's not. It's not actually. But I see a difference here, RJ.
Why?
The woman X is not the toxic one. And the woman with the man in it is the toxic.
Yeah. Yo, maybe you're right.
We gotta think about how people write
M-
these things.
Maybe you're
Because
right.
now it has a man in it, and the man aspect is the toxic. So that's why she didn't put the woman next there.
Man or evil. So then, if you're talking about an evil person, you put the A in.
Yeah.
I get it. That actually might be, you are actually right. That's probably it.
You didn't see that one, right?
Didn't see that one. No, no, that was
It's
it.
not hypocrisy. Well, she's consistent. She's consistent in her hate.
Yeah. Well, I don't care about her anymore.
guys, guys, here at Double Thought Show, we teach you to pick up this kind of stuff. It's a good point. You pointed out it's a very interesting thing you pointed out though, because indeed she basically said, and I'm gonna go back. She indeed said the woman X, she's putting them under pressure with toxicity, and then she said the the documentary was ended up being directed by a cis white man. This is crazy. What does this have to do with anything? Man, I don't know if I have to
I
believe
know
it.
why. I know why they do it now, Kier. Because probably it's because you only have toxic masculinity. So
Mhm.
if you're saying that she's toxic, she has to have the man
Yes.
reflected.
That's the
Yo, what's
yeah.
so far fetched,
Oh,
man.
yo. Where is the bomb? Where is the bomb? Can't make this stuff up. And then she ended up saying, I was excited. Let me share the screen. I was excited to support and protect the black woman through the documentary process, but quickly learned her image and message was a curated facade.
Well,
She
if
was
you
all masculine and nothing feminine. That's basically what she's trying to say, I guess.
well, actually, if you read it correctly, she said, "I was curious. I was excited," and I'm paraphrasing. I was excited to support a black woman, but at she was the sentence, the way the sentence is formulated, it's like she knew she was toxic apparently because
Well, support and
it's
protect.
written. No, because it's written. Let's
Oh,
say if our idea is correct, if our assumptions are correct, and she's only putting the woman with an A because she's toxic. When she said, "I was excited to support a black woman," it's like the in the sentence in the tense that she's speaking in, it seems like she already had a preconceived notion or assumption that
you're on
Lizzo was
fire,
toxic.
IJ. You're on fire today. It's crazy, and it's. I mean, it's been firing back. It's she has Beyonce who used to shout her out in the "Break My Soul" song remix. Now she doesn't do that anymore. She removed Lizzo off the shout out, and she's added Britney Spears. So switching toxic to toxic. Anyway, uh,
Well,
it's funny that.
Britney had a toxic song. She had a talk. She
What
had
is
a.
it? Every toxic, there's a lot of toxicity in this
Let's
song.
see. Let's see if Lizzo also has one. Continue.
Hey man, yeah. So this is people are already distancing themselves of Lizzo, and Lizzo basically responded saying, "This is an unbelievable, outrageous accusation that has nothing to do with me, and she's gonna fight it, or will she settle?"
Let's see.
Or will she settle? Let's see how this pans
Yeah.
out.
But
Let's see how it pans out.
as we say here on the show, it counts for everyone. It counts for everybody. Guilty until innocent until proven guilty.
Whoa, whoa, wait, whoa, 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 whoa. What are we doing over here?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not gonna speak.
RJ gone woke. Guilty until proven.
No, it's like my bad, my bad. But
He's going woke on us, guys. He's switching sides. They paid him off.
yeah. So what I wanted to say was the opposite, of course.
Yes,
It's innocent until proven guilty. So all the topics. I mean, the show, the content of the show is based on the news articles and what we've seen thus far. And Lizzo has been sued according to the media. And if that is the case, then we will need to see. And if Lizzo isn't going to fight it, then we would need to just follow that story and see what the results may be.
Yes, this will definitely, I think, hurt her at this moment. So the question why we angle this from a business, will it hurt her image, her marketing image, the way she's being marketed? I think it will. People will as you can really see, Beyonce distances herself from her. So people will wait for a second now to even offer brand deals or whatever. So she will have to settle as soon as possible. Maybe that's also why they sued her. They know people might settle it, make it go away.
Yeah, maybe.
RJ, what are the chances of settling?
I mean, you settled for two reasons, two main reasons. Either you don't have the time to waste, the time or money to waste litigating the case, or if you have a bad position. In this particular case, it seems like there are three people who are stating the same thing. She's probably going to say that it's conspiracy. They're conspiring against her. But we would just need to see if there are, for example, cameras and things of that nature. If those evidence would come into the case, because if that is the case, if there are footage, if there's video footage, then Lizzo might want to settle to keep the video
From leaking.
from leaking. Yeah, but if
They
there
have
aren't,
to pay the performer as well, since she's wide open.
I don't know if the performer
kidding.
gets royalties, if that's your question. But and then she doesn't, by the way, because it's not for the video wouldn't be disclosed for exploitation, but for evidence in a case. So it's a bit different. It's what I believe. But yeah, so that's one thing. But if there isn't any video footage, and you only have the word of three people who perhaps have a reason to, she's probably going to say that they have a reason. Maybe they think that they should have been paid more, or whatever the case may be. Then it would be more difficult for the current claimants to be found to win the case. However, that doesn't mean that Lizzo, or at least that doesn't mean that Lizzo might consider settling in order to avoid the case dragging on, because she also has a lot of things to do. So it depends on a lot of things, but usually people don't settle immediately. They go to court just to test out, okay, what's your strength? This is my strength. What are we going to talk about? And then based on that, they would say, okay, let's settle. Unless they have a video of sorts, because then
It's done.
yeah.
The question is then, what can Lizzo remember of that night? Was she drunk off the yak?
Yeah, we would see. I don't know.
Let's see how this develops. But I think at the end of the day, it will hurt her image. as a victim, because you victimize other people. So I guess victims are not always victims. Let's see how this changes the culture of victimization.
Yes,
So,
yes.
putting victims at the forefront of
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it
Yeah.
can trigger the discussion as well, that it's not only men that can be toxic, but women can also be toxic. Just like men can be good, just as women can be good. So hopefully it opens that door. But seeing as how things are going, they're probably gonna find a way to blame men for it. It's always men.
Oh, they've already found ways to blame men for this one. So somehow it's been internalized, the hate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The bullying has been internalized. Now she's dashing it to other people on the crowd. So let's see how this goes.
Yes, let's see.
I think everyone with a little bit of sense knows that toxicity is not tied to race or gender.
Yeah. Fortunately, a lot of senseless people walking around. So
Yeah, it is what it is, right? It is what it is.
it is what it is. Yes, yes. Okay. Hey guys, with that being said, it has been a pleasure to serve you once more. Whatever your thoughts are, please let us know in the comment section below. Remember to rate the show by pressing the like button. Share the video with your friends, your families, and of course, share it with your enemies if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the channel as well. It's very important that you subscribe. We want to get 20 new subs this week, so be one of those subs if you haven't subbed already. And if you have, share the video and ask a friend to subscribe as well to help this channel grow. As KR always says at the end of the show,
But I can only show you the door.
If behind that door you find yourself at a club with Lizzo and a banana inside, tap your friend. Tell him press on that record button. Because we're gonna get paid, boy.
yo, you, you said the only thing you said exactly what I was thinking. I wanted to interrupt you, but I thought, now let you say what you want to say and then I'll say this. But the only thing that I would have done differently is I would have said, we're gonna get rich. Okay, guys. Let's have a healthy conversation in the comment section below. It's been a pleasure to serve you once more, and we'll see each other in the next one. Until next time,
Peace.
peace.